What is Bagadilo? Yaga Koruba.
Yaga Koruba. Someone Yaga Koruba kwasi. You are not letting my talk. You for such a someone Yaga Koruba kwasi. Yaga Koruba kwasi for you. You are saying a lot of Yaga Koruba. So to them, and we do name Yaga Koruba for that. And I'm going to work Yaga Koruba there. You know when I move to Dualanda, we move all the way to go just to take the ball for Yaga Koruba.
Last year you go for Yaka.
Yes.
For Bene.
Because Yaga Koruba and the one that is talking to you know us. So you are telling to this Yaga Koruba because a budget.
Oh, Yaga can be talking to the president. It's not a good thing.
Yes. They happy. Say happy. I'm not happy to you. When you are not going to say Yaga Koruba or be telling that great people and not to say Yaga Koruba are not going to be you understand? You understand? Yaga Koruba. You go to Yaga Koruba. They is not going to lie.
You go for Yaga?
Yes, yes, yes. They not just hospital Yaga Koruba for them. You know what's going to say Yaga Koruba for them. We don't know you. They see that they do for them for Yaga Koruba. They don't for them for Yaga Koruba. Anything good or bad, good for them. Then you say, what are the way you not to tell the country they corrupt? You say you're going to talk about your country. Well, come on, more corrupt family. People die every day.
You said the president problem is the most corrupt family.
No, I will come in back. So I will shut you. You will shut me down for that boy. I can't call you back. My boy, I can't call you back. You're not talking to you. Then you forget boy. I can't call you back. Now I want to look for my day. They will send you back. I can't call you. Then you forget boy. I can't call you back. Anything I do for me, my people do for the other person. Then you leave. I can't call you back. Who don't know? They will know you. Our sister will go. Take that they say I can't call you back for them. Now you know. Maybe I'm not doing it. I can't call you back in our house.
Okay. All right, we're coming to anything you want to say final before we leave you.
Thank you so much. You guys see those are right side of the so they right side one corner, they do our own day. And they kind of all up when you make kind of what do our out advance. Don't continue for it. Tell you to forget about that call you by it. Okay.
Hello.
Eric?
Yeah, man.
My son, you made mistake.
What's that?
I heard you last night. Me and Kun indeed to move Kufa. Absolutely, after the whole election, I'm in my corner. If you hear my preaching most Sunday, you will conclude that I'm right. Will you rescue as a nomenclature after winning? The broadcaster don't even answer my phone. They don't pick me up. They don't let me down. They don't even have time. Oh. I don't talk. Yeah, I don't talk because God knows why it's happening. And everything I will accept it because our son Kun is vice president to him for NIMBA. The NIMBA people will not understand if I start hating on Brecker. The Senate got a trap of Brecker. When we have wrote, the Senate did a comprehensive report of their findings and attacked the Supreme Court ruling and the amnesty law.
People come and play. I we the EPA with me the song I made and they get it right. My husband has petition and signing for free bowl. I was there to you know it's on say we the mic is here say na we mo ta ko le ba ibo running down
it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question, now will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you to us. You even claim to even be the hero for your experience, but why you to us? So why the rest now stable? No job, no food to put on the table. No just for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest and show your kids can go. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping body, bringing poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people, I hate to say you got no love. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question, that will you give the rescue? You not not give him the people what they want, then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you was going to change things, but we're not seeing changes. Promises you made, you and your rescue team. We're not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish hunting. Now on the top of the Liberian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. That's what yama 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 yama. Drama 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 drama. I leave you all drama 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 drama. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that's why you told us. You even claim to even be the hero for your experience. But why you to us? So why the rest not stable? No job, no food to put on the table. Don't just stay for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest and show your kids can go. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping body, breaking poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people I hate to say you not love. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That who you came to rescue?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
The people what they want, then you say you came.
What a wonderful way to welcome you to Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM. My name is Princess ELEXA Venture colleague. And today Oliver is not here.
Promises you made,
I would like to say speedy recovery to you, kind Oliver Kind.
You made the whole country divided into two.
He is a bit under the weather,
Can't conclude. You downsizing.
so we're sending best wishes your way.
On the top of the Liberian people suffering. You down.
A lot is happening in Liberia about this time,
On the top of the Liberian people suffering.
while Liberians are struggling on a daily basis.
You and your rescue team.
The rescue missionaries continue to say Liberians are enjoying.
I just wanna ask you one question.
Liberians are happy within their hearts. The prices of goods and services are on the increase.
The rescue.
We still have people to say Liberians are enjoying in this country at about this time. The former Speaker of the House of Representatives, J. Funanti Kofa, of course, they're still in court. And as we told you, we're going to follow this case through as we did with the recent one. We have a lot to talk about today. So, however, when you're joining us, we'd like to say welcome to Freedom Hub. We're live on Freedom 87.9 FM. And of course, we are on YouTube. If you're following us on Facebook, we're live on Freedom 87.9 TV.
It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. That who you came to rescue?
Joining us live in studio as a guest on today's edition of Freedom Hub
The rescue. Let me ask
is a human rights lawyer and activist. All the way from Nigeria. He will be here as we discuss his journey as an activist as well as a human rights lawyer. So he'll be joining us in the next few minutes. We are going to explore different conversations as it relates to some of the challenges he faces as an activist in Nigeria. So we'll take a very short break to be right back. And of course, when we get back, we'll go strictly into our discussion of the day. If you are watching us live, you were seeing Abraham Kamara right here.
You not give him the people what they want, then you say you keep.
We are going to do this together.
Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, that why you tell us. You even claim to even be the hero.
This program is proudly sponsored by Crime Stoppers Liberia. Old man Sam Sayin, how are you doing this afternoon?
Not just for the poor. Once you not get no money, best to show your kids can.
We took a very short break to get right back. And of course, when we get back, we go strictly into our discussion of the day.
Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people, I hate to say you got no love. It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question, that who you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you.
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you know. You can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand for the right authority. Then it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human talking, I mean you cheche. You wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door.
Own hands. Remember, if you see a
keeping us safe, let's stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Sayin.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crimes for all of us.
And the money, use your time well. No waka.
Yes.
Pee-wee?
Yes.
What all the happiness for now?
Yama. The thing that making some of our friends in other countries can be building houses and sending their children to Google schools now come to Liberia, yeah?
What's that?
They got one Liberian company called Liberty Fortune.
Liberty Fortune?
Yes. This company bringing one game they call Liberty Fortune Scratch and Win game.
And how people can play this game?
Very easy. Buy their ticket and scratch the silver part on it. Just the same way you can do the scratch card. Then any money you see on it is for you. You can win different amount of money, all the way up to 10,000 USD.
So you mean when I buy the Liberty Fortune scratch card and build the silver part, any money there is for me?
Yes, and you only need just $1 USD or the same money LD to play and win.
But where I can get a Liberty scratch card from now?
Go to the shops. Go to the boys who selling scratch cards and tell them that you want Liberty scratch card. Pay, scratch, and win. And then you take the winning card to their office at the Don's residence on 2nd Street, Topman Boulevard in Cinco for your money.
Pee-wee, thank you for this life-changing game. Liberty scratch card, we for it every day.
Spend smart money and win big money. A message from Liberty Fortune LLC, the new game changer in Liberia. Oh yeah.
And the money, use your time well. No waka.
Would like to say welcome back to Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM. Abraham Kamara, how are you?
I'm okay.
Have you been on Freedom Hub before?
I've been on a loan presentation representing Oliver Kine, but having discussion with a guest. I think this is gonna be my very first time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are you doing anyway?
I'm okay. I feel so blessed representing my boss, Kind Oliver Kind, on the Freedom Hub on today. Today is Thursday, the 12th day of my birth month, and I'm pretty seated representing my boss, Kind Oliver Kind.
Okay, so I'd like to say welcome. We have our guest who will be here in the next few minutes,
Mm.
and you know exactly how activism is in Liberia, and this is the most talked about
Mm.
activist and about this moment in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So if you're on the social media, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Instagram, you understand, you know, very dark man from Nigeria. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the lawyer, his legal representative,
Mhm.
and he's in Liberia for an event where he was one of the facilitators, and we're going to have him here just to share, you know, his experience with us. Politically, we are going to discuss a lot of things as well. But back to Liberia, we have a lot of things that's ongoing right now in the country. We still have the former speaker in court, and if you go on the social media, you have social media lawyers just having of course just having their own say in whatever that's happening in court, and everyone seems to be an expert, even though, you know, in Liberia people present themselves as people who know and understand a lot of things about some of the happenings. And if you're going to go beyond the surface, you understand they do not know, they do not understand exactly what's happening. But the case is in court. So when Oliver was here, yesterday he was not here, but Tuesday and Monday we talked about it a little bit, right? And we just started to give a little bit of reference as to where it all started from and where we got and where we are now. So we still have trust in the justice system. We still have trust in the judiciary 100% because we saw exactly what happened with the kids previously. You know, after we had the battle for the legitimate position of speaker in the House of Representatives, even though Kofa was the legitimate speaker based on the law, the Supreme Court went to work and they followed the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, because every Liberian, you know, at about that time hoped that the Constitution would have been respected, even though there were different interferences from, you know, people who should have enforced the law of our land. So I think that's exactly where we are. And you've been in Liberia for a long time. So what do you think? What's going to happen at the end of the day, even though this is something that's in court?
And I'm actually following the case, and I'm told that the arson case ruling is set for this Friday, and the defense lawyers are asking the judge to dismiss the charges because all of the uh, evidence was based on USA and RC, DC, all of that. So I don't think this case will go far, because looking at the defense lawyers for this case, they are seasoned lawyers, and I do believe that this case will be thrown out on Friday, and the accused gonna be walking scot free. And another thing here about this case is that, based on the reputation of the accused, after they have thrown this case out, uh, I want, or I will recommend that the accused, in person of Honorable J. Fonati Kofa and the rest, to file a lawsuit against the government for, yeah, I mean,
It is going to be really, really interesting.
for character assassination. How will you accuse reputable people of something that they don't know? So I'm calling on the defense, after the case will be thrown out on Friday. I'm very, very optimistic that the case will be thrown out on Friday. After the case will be thrown out on Friday, I'll recommend that they themselves filed a lawsuit against this government. A lot is happening.
I think the fact that this is in court now, it says a lot about
Mm.
how far we've come. Imagine from October of 2024,
Mhm.
and we're in 2025. Today is the 12th date of June 2025. So we have been on this for a couple of months now. And while we were following this case, we had other people doing one or two things on the other side because Liberians were not really focused on, other things. And especially our lawmakers who should have been focused on working in the interest of Liberians, especially monitoring some of our ministers and some of the different issues that we affect the bread and butter issue in Liberia. For example, we have petroleum products.
Mm.
They're on the increase right now.
Yeah, sure.
Of course.
People are not looking at that.
On Monday, we read a communication where you have, an increment
Mm.
in the prices of petroleum products. You have fuel, you have gasoline as well. So now Liberians are paying more money. You're paying a lot for a single gallon. So it has increased by a couple of cents USD.
Mm-hmm.
And people who should be focusing on having the people in Liberia to have soft life, if we say it that way,
Yeah.
they're not actually focused on that right now. Like everybody is just like, hey, we're in court.
Yeah.
Everybody is on the social media.
They-
We're lawyers.
Yeah.
We're experts. So
Yeah.
we do understand exactly how this is going to go.
Yeah,
The fact that this is already in court, that's a legal battle.
Mhm.
So Funanti Kofa has his legal team,
Mhm.
and I'm sure they're going to have different arguments, and the best is going to win the case because everything will go as it should.
Mhm.
It is that simple. But I think again, from the onset of all of these things that are happening now, you have to be very careful as a leader how you make statements.
Yeah,
Whenever
sure.
you have these different, cases and these different issues, we have the political side of it. We also have the legal side of it.
Mhm.
So when Liberians gathered, and when Liberians said, we want the Constitution to be protected,
Mhm.
we want the Constitution to be respected,
Mhm.
they did not actually say that because they were drunk. No, they did not say that because they were actually scared. They said that because one of the reasons we have Liberia as Liberia, one of the reasons we have Joseph Boakai as Liberia's president, is based on the constitution of this land, and it is also based on the laws. People went to the polls. They had George Weah as the president. They had Joseph Boakai as, an aspirant. Also, George Weah was going back for re-election.
Mhm.
You had Alexander B. Cummins. You had different people, aspiring to be Liberia's president. Liberians went to the polls. Liberians said, we want Joseph Boakai based on what he told them. He said a lot to them about the rule of law in the country. He said a lot about how the country was not proceeding in the right direction. So being president of this country, Joseph Boakai should do what is necessary. And that's one of the reasons Liberians gathered. Liberians gathered and said, we want our constitution to be respected.
Yeah.
They had gone up Capitol to petition their lawmakers.
Mhm.
They did not go there to say, hey, we're going to petition ELEXA. ELEXA is now a lawmaker. They went there because they voted all of the different lawmakers we have.
Yeah, sure.
So they went there to tell their lawmakers, hey, we're here as Liberians. We're here as people who voted you to represent the different districts you are representing.
Mhm.
So please do what you can to protect the constitution, the laws of the land. And what happened? You saw how Liberians were treated, right?
Yeah.
So it was really a moment that was really sad, and people from all over, whether in Liberia, across Liberia, wherever they were, they actually saw what happened. And from that moment to today, we still have Liberians saying, hey, we are hoping that we have the president to continue to, support. We have the president to continue to think that, of course, I am here because of the laws of this nation. And the fact that I am not a police officer. No, I'm not a lawyer. But Oliver said some things on Monday,
Mhm.
and he also said some things on Tuesday.
Mm.
And that was about the investigative processes. We had the first incident where, we get fired to the host of legislature. And people were there, they talked about, the thing, the wire trip or something. The second time, people talked about, like the ring. I think the wire fall down in water in simple Liberian English.
Mhm.
The third time, that's why we're here. We saw exactly what happened at the Capitol, and people say, "Oh, now for nothing didn't do it." You always have a motive. But then when a leader makes a statement, or when a leader makes a remark, you do not have to sit there and just want to listen to what your leader is saying, because what exactly you're working for. Example, this whole investigation. Of course, the police know exactly at a point what to do, and they have their own ways and all that. But when things are glaring, Abraham, people want to know some of the people to consider. On Monday, we talked about the police officers who were on ground, who were there to provide some level of security at the Capitol.
I'm told that they went there over
Were
a
they
period of a
asked?
month.
Were they asked?
Yeah.
Were they investigated?
They were there over a
You know?
month before that incident.
Those are some of the major questions we ask.
Mm.
And we're still here pointing these things out because I know you're not going back to say you're investigating, of course, based on your investigation. That's why we're here. That's why we have Funanti and the rest of the other guys in court. So you're not going back to that. But Liberians have to understand exactly where we came from and where we are. You cannot have a police officer. Okay, Freedom FM, for example. We have our security guards.
Yeah.
They're here. And the reason they're here is very simple. You have to provide security.
Maximum.
So anybody goes in, you know exactly. Anybody goes out, you know exactly. You're going to see my face. You're going to ask me some questions. Hey, who are you going to? Why are you here? It happens. So the folks who were on ground, the police officers or the guys who were providing security, were they involved in this investigation before going to court? Did you ask them? And also the majority lawmakers, they're also people they were all in battle now. So Abraham saying on the side of the rule of law, ELEXA on the other side of the majority. So we are in a battle where someone wants to prove, hey, we have this seat, or we are supreme, or whatever the case is. But at the end of the day, all the people who see that they go investigate, so people on rule of law side. If that is not really crazy, I don't know what is. Because we are supposed to have a fair and independent investigative process. And when that is done, like everybody wants to know what happened on Capitol. Everybody wants to know who burned that building down, or however it is described. Everyone wants to know. And now that the people are in court, of course, they're going to have their lawyers to argue. They're going to have their lawyers to argue. So whoever is going to win the case, fine. If the government will provide the strong evidence they claim to have, that's okay. But it should not be based on you say, I said, they say.
Because of that, you say, I say, they say,
That
the
they
defense
receive-
lawyers are asking the judges to throw that
it
case
should not be
outside.
that way.
You say, I
Because
say, they
if-
say, it's not admissible in court.
No, if you have a substantial
Hmm.
evidence or strong evidence against ELEXA, after you should have accused ELEXA of stealing country chicken, I don't say country chicken because I like country chicken, right? After you should have accused ELEXA of stealing country chicken,
Hmm.
I'm here. You have to present a strong evidence. It is that simple. You say, okay, we already get all the evidence, and and then our laws are clear. A person is presumed innocent until proven guilty. I see people rendering judgments. Oh my God. People who claim to be educated, people who claim to be sophisticated, they are rendering judgment. Every now and then, oh, they're already guilty. Where in the world do you see that? I know some of you do it for some of the reasons to maybe, make your master think that, hey, this person is working, this person is defending me, this person is defending our government. But is that enough? This is a serious case. Very serious. Because you have accused these people. you know, you said something saying when the people finish winning a case, if they're going to win their case,
Mhm.
they should sue back. And I
Yeah,
agree
that
with
is too
that.
bad.
But we're still following.
Because that DC and Ase Bene is it undermines the criminal procedure law under chapter 11.10. Check it up. You will know exactly what I'm talking about. It undermines the criminal procedure law. You say and I say it's not admissible in court. At least if you say the person say, the other person say, or if you say the honorable lawmaker J. Fonati Kofar says this, or he made a telephone call, check the mail phone data, suppress that
No,
data.
we're not to tell them how to do whatever they're doing because whatever they should have done, I mean, I think we are beyond that already. But I just thought to, you know, highlight exactly what's going with that and just reminding Liberians again. And people will sit back and tell us, hey, why you're making it in the young poor people against the government? I do not have any personal issue with the president of this country. I do not have any personal issue with any minister in this country. What I do have issue with is the fact that you should do what you said you would do. It is that simple. If you promise Liberians that you will run a country where the rule of law is respected, where the constitution of the country is respected, regardless of who's involved, do what you promised that you would do. It is that simple. And that just brings me to this part about petroleum products being on the increase. I remember 2, 3, 4 years ago when we had George Weah as Liberia's president. There were people who were very vocal. There were people who couldn't sleep. There were people who couldn't even go to bed because they needed to update the public at every given point that, of course, maybe a bag of water, the price of a bag of water has increased. You know, the price of a gallon of gas has increased. We had people, it was more like we had different information ministers. We had different, you know, people who were just working at information ministry. Yet they were from the opposition at the time. Now they're ruling establishments. Every now and then, we had different updates on Facebook. We had different updates. A lot of them called on different talk shows. Or I standing right here to the other junction, I seen the press way up. You know, so we saw a lot of those things. And today, a lot of them are ministers, assistant ministers, directors. A lot of them, they're in this government. A lot of them campaigned. And they told Liberians, you are suffering. They told Liberians, you're going through pain and degradation on a daily basis. You're not supposed to do this. George Weah is wicked. His gang, how they used to call it, George Weah and his gang, said they're wicked. They don't mean well for you. You voted them and they did not bring any change. So we're here to bring change. And today we have the rescue government. The president is rescue number one, and we have different ministers who have their own labels and tags. But are Liberians not suffering? The prices of petroleum products, and that's from LPRC. We read that on Tuesday, I think. We read that communication on Tuesday, right here. And we do not see any of them reminding Liberians of their own promises. We do not see any of them really elevating this and updating Liberians. Oh, the gas price now go up, or fuel price. No, we don't see that. We do not see that. Everyone is quiet and everyone is enjoying. And today the president is going to, you know, recognize and I think honor some of the ministers, some of the ministries that are doing well today. While Liberians are still here, some of them do not know what they're going to eat, even though it is already after 4 p.m. Liberians are going to sleep. They don't even know if they're going to get money to send their kids to school. But the ministers or some of the ministries will be honored and recognized by the president of the country for doing great jobs in the country. So where exactly are we going? I thought we should be discussing that rescue mission. This rescue government has reduced the prices of goods and services drastically. Shouldn't that be a point of discussion into this Liberia when we have Joseph Boakai as Liberia's president, the rescue president? That should be a discussion of the day. We shouldn't be here saying, oh, they finish increasing 1 gallon of gas or not increase the price. No, we shouldn't be here. We also read something from LRA, the Liberia Revenue Authority, and that was shared by one of the restaurants in Monrovia, Monroe Chicken. If you're going there to buy maybe a sandwich, if you're going there to buy maybe pasta, if you're going there to buy something, just know you have like 12% on tax. And that will be paid by the consumer, not the business or serving you. So if ELEXA is going to buy something at Monroe's Chicken, she should just remember that LRA has already talked about 12% increase. The tax. And I would be the one paying that, not the business. No. Is this how you run a rescue mission? Is this how you run a rescue government? I do not know. And this is not personal. No, it is not. This is not personal. Joseph Boakai, of course, we're from Lofa County. He's a granddad. But if you are intentional about running a country, if you are intentional about rescuing the people of Liberia, you should do that and consider all aspects. Consider all aspects. You can't have one group of people just sitting down and enjoying themselves, and you are saying Liberians are not suffering. Liberians are happy. They have joy in their hearts. Are we talking about this Liberia in West Africa, or are we talking about a different Liberia? I don't know if we have a different Liberia. I am aware of this Liberia.
Maybe like other Liberia in Utopia.
Maybe. Maybe. Of course. Maybe. And that's not okay. And you want to sit back and feed your ego, so you will say, but George Weah, oh yeah, no. George Weah is no longer president of Liberia.
You know, one of the things I don't like to hear is that as soon as you start to talk, then they will say George Weah, oh yeah. Right? Because the thing here is you took Joia out of this space because you came to rescue this space. You took Joia out of this space because you came to rectify all of the mistakes that George Weah was doing. Right? So why is it that you can't rectify those mistakes? Why is it that you can't rescue those things that were downtrodden? Back in the days, you all said the economy was in the gutter or in the drainage. Oh, that jackal and all that. Okay, back in the days, he used to say that thing, right? But now, where is the economy? Where is the economy?
The economy is in their pockets.
I don't understand. Then I see someone the last time, only because of UN Security Council seat, they spray money in the air. What is that?
And people say,
are people still hungry?
People say when George Weah was here, it was like this. George Weah did this. You said George Weah did this, George Weah did that. Is George Weah Liberia's president in 2025? No. George Weah is not Liberia's president. George Weah is just somewhere, just sitting wherever he is, and he's just there. But then we have Joseph Boakai as Liberia's president. You said George Weah did not do what he should have done. You said George Weah increased the prices of goods and services in Liberia. You said George Weah was wicked. So now we have you. You should be changing some of these things. You should be going back, to maybe your regular price that are the regular prices. And we should not be here discussing, petroleum products are on the increase. No, we should not be discussing that. The prices of petroleum products, no, we should not be discussing that, because you are here to rescue the people of Liberia.
Yesterday, when petroleum prices were on the increase, you said when you come there, you will settle it. Why you can settle it now?
So that's why you're here, to settle all of these things that are happening in Liberia.
Next year, making you 3 years old.
So if
we're getting old,
if we're still discussing this when we have a rescue mission, then I don't know what else I'm supposed to say about this. So you said, Joe, we are did it, so we're doing our own. No, that's not what you said.
Then this country will not go anywhere.
That's not what you said. We will continue to remind you of your promises to Liberians. We will continue to tell you, hey, Mr. President, when you were here before 2023, when you were here before 2024, 2025, you said you will rescue this country. You said you will change this country. You will restructure the different systems that were not working. You talked about systems that were ineffective, and you're here, right? So you are supposed to work in making sure we see the changes in the lives of Liberians practically. We're not saying go on the social media. We're not saying go on the executive mansion page and write beautiful stories. No, that's not what we're saying. We want to see the changes in the lives of Liberians. Ordinarily, you have all money, and the way in the market. If you ask them right now, hey, how much for a cup of rice? They're going to tell you. And that's not because they scare you. They will tell you how the press looking nana. So if you are going to sit today and say, oh, the people in Nigeria on the radio talking because CDC not in power. They just talking because they don't understand what's happening. Practically, we know and we understand what's happening because you listen to complaints from Liberians. You listen to Liberians express their views on a daily basis without any fear. They do that because that's exactly what they're experiencing. You cannot tell me I'm not hungry when I'm hungry. You cannot say people are happy when you're increasing the prices of, some goods and services. No, you cannot do that. So how are we supposed to move ahead? How are you rescuing the country? How? And then some of the people will call. I remember someone called last night and say, you're doing that thing. No. If you are insensitive, this is not a space for you. If you do not understand exactly what Liberians are going through, and then you are sitting back saying, oh, ELEXA and all the while will be talking, no, it means you are insensitive. So this is not a space for you. Find a space where you guys will sit together and discuss how the country is, progressing, how people are really enjoying the lives of people, are improving on a daily basis. Do that in your family meeting. Do that when you are having a community meeting. Do that. But do not bring it here at all, because that's wickedness. 100%. All the things you have promised Liberians, all the things you had told Liberians, hey, we would do differently. For me, I will be on a press benefit. Because imagine now you have a person to get a gallon of gas. And the person already saves not gonna money at the top of the press. Somebody finish hustle in whole week, you jump put your one lay generator on. Because not everybody has, LDC connection and all that. Then you go to the gas station and you say, oh, the press letter. You say, wow. Wow. I didn't know. So this is not okay. This is not okay. We can talk about everything that has gone wrong. We can talk about everything that's going wrong. But you see the thing about increasing the prices of goods and services. You see the thing about people saving that money for, some people can save money for 1 month. Some people save money for maybe 2 weeks because they want to take their family to maybe a nice little restaurant just to have a cool time, to just to get some pizza, to get some burger, and then you go there and they're telling you, hey, you have to put 12% that tax in it. As a consumer, you're supposed to pay that. Why? And let's forget about the restaurant. But now you go to different places, like different shops. And if they're going to tell you the same thing, you'll be like, wow, what's happening? What's happening? So the energy you use to run a government like you are still campaigning, you should use that energy to rescue the people of Liberia. Because you have one minister sitting to live area having a regular press briefing, they be talking about all kind of thing, all we can call it tapata.
Yeah.
All kind of thing. like you're provoking Liberians. No, do not do that. And for the record, Liberians have said they're coming out on July 17th.
It's gonna be massive.
They're coming out on July 17th. They are not hiding. No, Liberians are not hiding. They have said that they are coming out on July 17th. And they're coming to express themselves to their government. They're coming to say, hey, Mr. President, hey, what's going on? And you don't have one group of people coming out. You are having diverse groups coming out. People from different backgrounds, whether they're ordinary people, whether they're, motorcyclists, whether they're whoever they are, business people, people whose kids are still being affected by drugs, even though Mr. President promised that this country will be rescued. And yet you still have drugs in Liberia. They're also coming out. You have a lot of people out. I remember
people that have been downsized illegally.
Yes, we had some of the members of the EPS who were dismissed. Some of them called
without pay.
Yeah, no.
People from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs as well.
So some
workers
of
the executive mansion that have been dismissed illegally, and the worst of it all without salary.
Some of them called because you had this this message circulating the social media that the EPS officers have already been paid, and they felt provoked.
Yeah,
because they felt mocked, because that's exactly what you're doing. You sent me home months ago, and you are yet to pay what you owe me. And then you have one little message on the social media, one little post on the social media saying, they've been paid. So the guys felt some type of way. Some of them called on that day. They called. And they said, all we're saying, Mr. President or this government should pay us, even if they do not have everything. Just give us something, because we need to survive. Our children have to go to school. We have to eat. Some of us need to start businesses. Because AB, it is disappointing, right? I'm here at Freedom. I've worked for months. And because AB Gossenwin was manager when I was employed, now we have Oliver Khan as manager. Oliver Khan telling me, say, go home because AB bring you here. Even though I'm trained not to be beyond ABO, but to work as a broadcaster. And Oliver is telling me, go home, because when AB was here, that's when you got employed. And I'm going home after I have worked, and now you don't want to pay me.
You don't want to pay.
So that's exactly what's happening. So the guy said they're asking this government to pay them, even if it is not all, pay them, because some of them, people are dying. Sometimes someone would just walk and that person would just fall off. They say, what happened to him? The person is going through some things in their head. People need money to eat. You cannot have men who were trained to handle arms. Men who were trained. They worked. You sent them home. And then you don't want to pay them. But then you have some people on social media, I don't know if it is a propaganda or whatever it is, saying, they've been paid. And they are not being paid. So give them some of their money if you don't have all. The other guy said, we're not getting our money, we'll pay ourselves. That was exactly what he said. And the other one said, no, how you pay yourself? He said, I'm not saying how, but we'll pay ourselves. So you see what's happening. Imagine you have over, I don't know how many hundred Liberians. They were sent home. They are yet to be paid what they are owed. And then you're increasing some of the prices of some goods and services. So you understand exactly what's happening. Do you understand this? Mr. President, do you understand exactly what's happening? And then when your people who are supposed to address this issue, they will go to one press briefing or however they call it and start talking about different things that they're not supposed to be talking about. But you have Liberians on the other side, they're suffering. So Liberians are coming out on July 17, and I'm sure one of the major issues they're going to be talking about is maybe the increase in different prices. I'm sure they're going to come out for that because you have business people. A lady said, I voted Joseph Boakai because my son, he can take jobs. I just say that. And because they promised that they will make sure all our children will be okay, I voted Joseph Boakai.
Mhm.
And she said, but my son still taking the jobs. So it tells you nothing different. Nothing different. So this is not supposed to be happening when we have a rescue mission. Hey, my people, how much say that Tina? Will buy Mika and be all in the community and saying it. Say Joseph Boakai, you are here to rescue the people. Mr. President, you're here to rescue the people. Why are you not rescuing the people? But you go into the ministerial complex today to recognize, to thank, and to honor some of your ministers, some of the ministries that are doing well,
Quote unquote well.
that it post on the executive mansion page.
Oh, what better
You know?
well.
And all these things are happening. We have the quote unquote groups that have moral voices. They're quiet. No one is saying anything.
The Liberia Council of Churches.
No, Oliver get where in your corner. He said he get where in your corner. I won't find the red wall.
Mm.
I will find it. But we don't want to say that. You have the Liberia Council of Churches. The energy you're telling did to say you're ready long thing saying you guys will, in fact, you're finished doing the honoring thing, but it's on your like special Thanksgiving and prayer service. The energy you use that day to write someone for national development. Richard Kunwu, the former Popote reserved regime speaker, who is now the Speaker of the House of Representatives. And you were honoring him.
I mean, I still regime speaker.
I won't on him now. But they went to election and of course he won it. So we'll give him that. You're wrote. And today you have people in Liberia, they are complaining. You're not writing nothing because nothing bad happening. Nothing bad happening. So you guys are happy. The advocates, the activists, no one is saying anything. And just this morning, a report came in from Riverside County. And that story was reported by Verity Online News. I shared a little bit of it. Right? That story says it is alleged that a 17-year-old girl who, a suspect in fact, in the police custody in Sesto City, Riverside County, was raped by a police officer, allegedly. Rescue mission, right? That's the news coming from Riverside. A police officer is accused, based on the news reported by Verity Online News. He allegedly raped a 17-year-old female suspect in police custody in Riverside. Imagine, I will never understand the police. I think they were saying about the investigation. Police or money capital bidding proof.
Capital bidding point.
Then tell who enter, who move on inside. We now know. Now you have a suspect in your custody. You are supposed to protect that person. In fact, you are supposed to protect the lives of people. You are supposed to protect people's properties. But then someone who is there as a suspect, someone who is there in your custody, you are accused as a police officer of raping that person. And we don't have any moral voices. I don't know where they are. We don't have people saying, oh, this is wrong. That. No, we don't have. As much as we are calling for investigation, as much as we are calling the relevant authorities to investigate this matter as soon as possible to get to the bottom of this, we are not saying the quote unquote moral voices who were very loud 2 or 3 years ago. We don't know where they are.
The Liberia Council of Hustlers.
Yeah, like Oliver, I ain't say. I want done it. Say they're making business for Jesus Christ.
Can you imagine?
You know? And yeah, the Liberia Council of Churches.
Hustlers.
You have been around for years. Way in 1982. I seem to be corrected, but I think 1982. That was way before I was born. That was way before plenty of people were born.
Even me.
So this organization has been around for years, for decades. And today we don't know where, you know, the same courage, the same energy. We don't know where all these things have gone to. Before they wrote press releases almost every week, they held press conferences almost every time. When a single Liberian went on the social media or wherever to complain, of course, you had the Council of Churches to write something. You had them to write something. Oh, the people are suffering. Like Liberians are going through a lot in this country. There's pain, there's degradation. The president of Liberia should do, you know, everything. Every day, they wrote a lot. But where are they? That's a question to ponder. Say you hear only one year. What play the air?
They in a pocket of
where are they? Some of them are board members. Ima Ali Krai, right?
They bought them already.
From the Muslim, I don't know how they call them, but it's a Muslim council too.
Muslim
He's also a religious leader. Where is he? So a lot of them now, they're board members. So nothing they can say now because they'll be saying against their own legal government. So everybody's just quiet. No one's going to say,
hustle.
Yeah, no one's going to say anything and all that. This should not be happening. If you are a moral voice, be a moral voice. If you are not a moral voice, do not shield yourself under an organization and be harsh on one government. And then when the next government comes, you don't know what to say. That's against you. And that is also against Liberians. Because people believe so much in religious leaders in Liberia, out of Liberia, because we do believe you have influence. So when you speak, we know exactly you are speaking not from a place of, you know, wanting something else, but from a place of honesty, fairness. But we don't know where they are. So Nana, you said the prices of goods and services are on the increase. So when Liberians come out on July 17, I don't know what thing I would say. If I would say like will go back home or the government will listen. No, I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but that's exactly what's happening in this country. We'll take a very short break. We'll get back.
Let's have a word from our sponsor. We'll come back. Then we
It's about musical. There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Tell it can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a human target, and I mean you cheche, you wait for your safety. If you see a don't keep it, you must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime stopper, the people bringing safety to. It's about musical. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime and report it, don't take law in your hand, call the right authority, that it can't take care of it. Crime stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door, whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you must talk it, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it.
Crime Stoppers Liberia, and that's our prime sponsor right here on Freedom Hope 87.9 FM. Okay, so just a quick information. We're sorry our guest would not be here. Unfortunately, something came up. He was on his way here, but he needed to go back because he should be going back in his country, I think, tomorrow. So something came up. That's one of the reasons he's not here yet. We just got information from him.
Okay, coming up, we got to take calls now on our discussion, but hope you guys are playing the Freedom Cash giveaway. The code is *799*11#. You play with just $200, and hopefully you're going to be a winner of 10,000 Liberian dollars, or better still, 5,000 Liberian dollars. So keep playing the radio game. And for those of you paying attention to the program, you can place in your calls now. Call us on 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. Have your say on our talking point. We discuss wide range of issues as it relates to the happenings in our country, and of course the distraction that they are causing, the government is causing. As a matter of fact, they are distracting our minds from the real issues. That's why they are taking to court people that are to be talking on behalf of the common man in the country. So if you are paying attention to our broadcast, call us on 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 and have your say on the program Freedom Hub. My name is Abraham Kamara, and I'm here with Princess ELEXA Vanjakoli. We have a couple of comments coming through on our live feed, but let's talk to this person. Hello? Okay, 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 are the numbers to call here on the program Freedom Hub. 87.9 is the dial you're in tune to. This is the radio service of the Freedom Communications Incorporated. Let's talk to this person. Hello. You're live on Freedom Radio.
Yeah, my husband speaking from Topo Village.
Go ahead. Let's hear you.
The thing that on my mind is what Kwaka government doing to us. The way we get here, all the thing is they won't go to the thing. But before you get to the place, you will need to you can get a citizen at the car. That is major problem on my mind. Then the second thing is your man will every time you call yourself fire. Putting yourself a casting on fire, we are seeing on fire.
What do you need? Fire.
They want to put we are seeing on fire every time.
What? You say what's his name?
Everybody dancing with a rescue mission. Like, what happened? I think.
What is the name of that person?
They can say, I don't want to put we are seeing on fire. Any station you go to the rescue. Nah, I can't get your voice.
Oh, okay.
I think that on my mind today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We'll talk to another person. This person here. Hello. What? Please walk away from the radio. Hello.
Sorry.
You're live. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah. This is James here. I don't know why in the court the speaker cannot be caught. For the boys and for the confession that he did in the church in West Point, that everything that went on was done by them because of political reasons, because of their political reasons.
I'm telling you.
So you see, these are the things that spoil the country. ELEXA and this thing will not benefit this country here. We are talking about the economic is collapsing.
Yeah.
Almost collapsed.
It collapsed already.
And then people politicizing this kind of business from where and the rest of it. That is complete nonsense. You know? They came to rescue us. But the economy, the country is nearly broke. The country is broke. People are not being paid. People are crying here and there. Yes, they carry people to court. I tell you about children.
Oh, okay. We have another person here. Hello?
Yeah. Who is it?
Yeah. Yeah, what's up? You're live on Freedom Radio. The program is Freedom Hub. Let's hear you.
Yes, I'm Eric Chinaya, the program from Pakistan community.
Go ahead.
Yes, I want to appreciate you guys for your tireless effort by informing the public about happening in the country. You know, my brother, for my own sake, concerning the health of the Council of Churches, as to me, we shouldn't call it churches again. The Council of Churches.
Catches. Cashes. Catches.
Churches.
Oh, okay.
Because they are not fair to us. So none of us giving them the relevance. But one thing that is going to speak up against government. They should surprise you that concerning the one that the letter was reading concerning the 17 years old alleged our alleged with our police officers, which were in police officers.
I saw it on social media today myself.
It should be surprising to us because police officers is investigating someone or their own sources, mostly in local
Okay. Okay, thank you so much. We have another call. Yeah. Hello?
Hey, baby boy.
Yes, Mama.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
ELEXA, that's your own Massisi calling from Sarasa.
Massisi, what's up?
Yeah, thank God. So you can ask for me and I'm well.
Sorry. We'll settle our issue after the show.
Oh, okay. So, ELEXA, I want to apologize for the show for what happened the last time. I think on Monday, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, something I said on the radio when I was for the guest and my followers, so I have to come back and take it back and apologize to the best people. I want to forgive me. Okay. So to the point, look, let's be real in this country. That we are there. Things were happening. We say we're bad, and people flew with it in this country. And so the dictator, he was this, he was that. That people are calling for killing him, they were drinking him on the quota, they protested all over the place. And now go abroad, because this is the whole abroad. They go abroad because you're dead with the devil, and today the devil brought his. It's what people going in after this. The people following the problem. We still so you shouldn't bring it there because it's there on our head. On our mouth, so we get nothing from them. That can't pull it from them, passing around with it. Nothing left on our head. So you shouldn't bring that man, so you're living all alone. When you bring that man, bring it to happy in this country. You will go with them in comfort. We told you, we don't put up on it, can't be a lot more rat.
Council of what?
Can't be a lot more rat.
Massey, you just apologize now. You just apologize and you're saying
whatsoever eating I play again a lot more so that I'm gonna get you a lot more rat. What is that for? You know what I'm saying? For our matter shortage things are going on today. With being lady say you get all the evidence. I wait till the people you get evidence, then before they attend, we know they told there. If you were walking and say the walking was there, when we find this thing, guess what he was spending it at? You see him as Abu Kamara. You know, I know a character, you were born to basically go out with the case. They were with the case. For life and the medical place and you tell them to jail, go to the school, for the one point, and then bring that guy in jail, who took a rough castle with jail and two. For me, I look at him, and Mandela and Lessa to give her. I look at him.
Okay.
And they put the pussy. So, fuck up my God, tell the people. Yeah, they find it. We have person that they go, you say, Sandy, your aunt died. I'm looking at how they did that, two person died. And don't have no peace. What's making them to die? I won't tell the people.
Okay. Let's go.
We should tell that time for passing up the berries. That's how they let them bring the food back.
Let's go you there. Let's go you there, man. CC. Thank you so much for your input.
Hello.
We have another call on the other side.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yes,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
It is. Can we speak one specific issue?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I say, is that one on your issue?
What exactly are you saying, sir?
I'm asking on our mind or the big issue.
You can speak on the issue if you have something on your mind that's connected to what exactly we're talking about. You can also talk about that. We have this person keep calling us. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know if you're calling the international line. I think it is here, but we have so many calls from all of you. Hello.
Hello, Alexa.
Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
There are a house on the for those that go back to the church, but actually they are still the back of school or seminar. And you need for those people are the back of school seminar. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Alexa and Abraham Bibo, Kama, aka DJ Euro.
Go ahead.
My name is Stanley Boso, and Alexa, I call from a fish market resident this evening. Alexa and DJ Euro, I just want to appreciate my CC the way in which you describe those so-called, council of hustlers. Yeah, they are just wasting this country. Look, let me tell the people. We are not depending on council or churches near this. Look, the day that people let us stand up, we will stand up to a reckless, weekly, funny looking for puppy. Look, we will not sit there. July 17th, we will put our all into it. And I can assure them, I myself, I will tell some people from the rural area from Benji that the rural area will come. We will bring people here. We will tell this government that enough is enough.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We take another person. Just for the record, all of the things our callers are saying, that's basically their views and it is on them. So we take more calls, and when we get back, of course, we're going to go to another discussion of the day. You guys are calling on this other line, but I don't know. It seems like there's a problem. 0776 104 104 086 500 104. You can also call us on +231 886 500 104. I'm getting some of the calls from our international followers, but I don't know if it is network or not. Keep calling us, and we'll be here to take all of your calls right here on 87.9 FM Freedom Hub.
Oh, we didn't eat here with me then. The song I made and they get it wrong. What's my last edition is talking for free bowl. What's that to you? Not easy on us. We didn't buy it here. We didn't most stop on it.
It's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Francis, and I'll call you from Congo Town.
Go ahead.
Yeah, behind zone 3. Hello.
Go ahead. You're live.
Thank you so much for the honest question. This country will be afraid because of the way This country, the highest person in this country is our president, the commander-in-chief. He's the highest elected person. Corruption elected person is the highest. All about Rachel Nangbeku. Over a budget, it's the people money. The way this country, that will come. Very engagement will have.
Uh-oh. Your line is really not okay. We're trying to get you clearly, but we're trying to get you. I don't know. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead.
You can get me now, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me read. In this country, the most elected person, the president, there's no this country this have ever happened. The president took over and all current chief, a primary chief, a sessional chief.
We're sorry we're not getting you so much. Just in case you call us, walk away from your radio. Just do not listen to the radio when you're calling, okay? Just walk away and say exactly what you want to say. Because if you are listening to radio, it is definitely going to have some, problem. We're not going to get you as well.
So let's talk to this person. Hello? Hello? Hello, you're live on the radio. Go ahead, Darlington.
I think Nigerians, we have to tell to ourselves. So people really want that building, the burning of that building should just go free. Nobody, no investigation go on, right?
Who wants that to go free?
The justice chance to investigate that case.
But investigating in a rightful manner.
I mean, sir, who doesn't want to have that investigated and to the point where the person who did it will be called?
Some callers.
Like I said, everyone has their view. So based on what you're saying, it is on them. It is not on this platform. So if you call in, just say what you want to say. Everyone wants this to be investigated. And the fact that this case is already in court, we look forward to having an end.
We all should embrace it. We all should embrace it.
You don't expect everyone to have the same views.
Even people that want to do something wrong, he out of this man or he's sending for investigation. So the man is not biased.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I would just like to say this, right? I don't want to waste my time on it, but I'm going to say this. You do not expect every caller to have the same view as you. No. You do not expect that. If you listen from the beginning of exactly what we're saying until this point, you will understand exactly what I said. Everyone, I guess, wants to know what exactly happens up Capitol, who burns that building. And the fact that the case is already in court, it is clear that people who have their legal team representing them, there will be different arguments. It has already started. Every given point, you will have new arguments, you will have new evidence presented to the judge, right? But then we are saying from the start of this whole thing, investigation was conducted and people will still have concerns about people who should have been asked questions. If that means it is undermining exactly what's happening, it means you did not understand exactly what we said, or maybe you are not getting what we're saying. So you can call us on 0776 104 104 0886 500 104. Call us and go straight to the point and tell us exactly what do you think of this.
Hello. You're live on Freedom Radio.
Yeah, how are you people? How are you?
I'm okay.
I want to appreciate the show.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think we got to talk to another person here on the program, Freedom Hub. Hello? Hello? You're live on Freedom Radio. Okay, we got to take this other person from this other line. Hello?
Hello?
You're live on Freedom Radio. District 14, which community? Go ahead. Let's hear you.
You know, we got to be exact. Nobody is saying the case shouldn't be. The problem here is the two party. Party and the other party off.
Exactly, that's the point.
The party that to the play, you lead them out because it's part of the executive, then you take the opposition and do. It's like any kind of stand case like judging there, can I bring who are bring?
Thank you for calling. So call us. We're going to take 5 more calls. And after that, we're going to have something else to talk about as well. Call us on 0776 104 104 086 500 104. If you do not understand where it is on you, it is not on me. I do not have any control over how you comprehend or how you understand issues that are being discussed. If you have your point, call and make your point. Do not tell me other callers are not saying this. You don't expect them to say what you want them to say. You will not get in their heads and say, hey, say this, say that. No, everybody has their own comments, and that's that. We have said we want to know exactly what happens. And at the end of the day, the lawyers that are accurate this case will be there to represent their clients. I'm not a lawyer. Abraham is not a lawyer. Oliver may not be here today. He is not a lawyer. But we have maintained that people who are to be asked questions, we did not see any reports saying, oh, Oliver to the video, we asking, he said this. That's exactly what we're saying. But the case is already in court and there's nothing we can do about it because we're not lawyers representing Funanti. No, we're not. Funanti has his legal team. And other people also have their lawyers. So that's exactly how it is going to be until we have a final ruling. So if you're going to call in, just say the thing you want to say. Don't hear or hear. We won't be going in circle with you. It is that simple.
Yes, of course.
Very simple.
Very, very simple. 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 are the numbers you can call us on. Have your say on the topics on the discussion here on the program Freedom Hub on Freedom 87.9. We'll talk to this person. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
You're live on Freedom Radio.
Yeah. I'm joined from Abakawe.
Go ahead. Oh,
Do
you
we
want to
have-
call your name? Go. Yeah.
So while we're still getting calls from people, I'm trying to get this song. I don't know if I'm going to get it. You're a DJ. This song that it is an old song, by the way, and Oliver has played that song before. It is called "The Country You See It."
Technique.
Okay.
Technique. Just tap technique down.
Here.
Nah, come down a little bit. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So
we want to play that song.
0776 104 104 0886 500
And who did that song?
104 Bone Dos space Bone. So keep your calls coming through and have your say on the discussion here on 87.9. We'll have this person.
I don't know
Hello.
if I'm going to get this.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're live on Freedom Radio. Let's have you.
Yeah,
Go ahead. Oh my God. So the protest for July 17th stands.
Of course. So if you follow this protest is organized by Stand, Moba Molu, and I think you have different organizations coming together, to work on this protest. If you know Tata Spakala, he's one of the people also, part of this as well. He has a position, I think mobilization or something, but he's there. So July 17, Liberians are going to come out, and Stand continues to do exactly what you're doing to have people to come out. And I mean, I guess at the end of the day, we're going to see what will happen, and people will get out. But this is a song, and it is a Liberian song. It is called
Technique.
Technique. The way the country looking now, we not know. The thing with talking if you're not understanding that technique, if you understand that technique, so it is on you, it is not on me.
So any money we run it being every day in the play. Then you make for a billion how we can see it up in the sky. So get connected by you get no eat your perfect you get left. Then you make our music from oh and nothing sell we can get. Every day we make good music up and nothing we can empty. No good reason why the money we can eat your straight and I see. All the people every day is to keep it they won't get it again. Then he makes so much they go shine when they eat that kind of in front. See the acting up all the time, they don't stick it, that's for the front. That technique, 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 that technique. Et quand tu ici, ta technique. Et quand tu ici, pas hors de beaucoup de nous, j'ai ta technique. Et quand tu ici, ta technique. Et quand tu ici, pas hors de beaucoup de nous, j'ai then he make you get the green now. You acting like you too smart. For people at you always running inside to bring your diploma. You can prove it and not at all. We go to pen the paper. You just thinking more directing, acting, dialectic, crashing. All the degree you say you get, friend, and let yourself get right. So the any level you're using in the compare you till we know. Then he make it oh my to blog because it won't be it to solve. See her acting always falling, say easy now oh my again. Then the musician in the time they do let they see the one sound. What they make it, they can see that some people then they confusing now. When the music play over and now it's time to disrespect with that sound. All the people that don't every one of us is on the scene level now. I can be your mouth again, then music bending now nothing yet. We just sitting what they waiting, praying for it to be something. When we start eating our mouth on the music, then we can make. That is time you're there to know that there for people then who we are. All the things they talk to look bad, nothing like what we're inside it. So I beg your picking your style and tell me level to the music. Et quand tu ici, et quand tu ici, ta technique. Et quand tu ici, pas hors de beaucoup de nous, j'ai ta technique. Et quand tu ici, et quand tu ici, ta technique. Et quand tu ici, pas hors de beaucoup de nous, j'ai. Then he made the speech like a blog. We can see it or we can talk. I said the error you need to tell before you see the thing they call it. Then he made the children to cry. We come back for referendum. Sing up back for referendum. To buy that one we call it ELEXA. Then he made the people to go in the next time for the next one. As soon you call them for him, they say they keep telling you make it wrong. I gotta be recording again. I was there and just what I see. I believe it never you got to tell me living on in your brain. Then he made my papa can come on this time what he can have. Because all of us will just be waiting to see what papa will bring. Then he made the Caribbean every day they face with skin. When they bring the BBC, not the FBC, more than passing map. They eat thousands of dollars, yeah, just to pay this small they go. After 2 days, won't bring on nothing, we see for hope. Then they with me, they let them move, because all they got they can buy. Then they pass it in the BBG, they just acting that they can see.
You get ill. They say the whole country that the Nigo. So that's exactly how Liberia is now. Continue to call us on 0776 104 104 0886 500 104 and let's hear you. We talked about the prices of goods and services, especially petroleum products, gas and fuel. They're on the increase right now. We read that communication on Tuesday. And I think we also talked about that a little bit on Monday calls and talk about that. And now the case is in court. You have lawyers representing their clients, different arguments on different court days. So exactly that's how it is going to be. Call us and let's have, good time to talk about exactly what's happening in Liberia.
Okay, we have a call from this line now. Hello.
Hello.
You're live on Freedom Radio.
Hello.
You're live on Freedom Radio.
Hello.
Go ahead. Hello. Hello. Okay. 0776
like we're having
104 104. Network is actually giving problem over here. I don't know what's going on. But we have call on this other line. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, you're live on Freedom Radio.
Yeah, I'm Carlos Africano Nelson calling from Capital Barcas District 8.
Go ahead, Africano.
Bro, I just want to be clear with this, right? No matter how anyone feel about it, but to be honest, the identical ass on the government talking about is the same people who want the power in our legislature. The same people that get cover too. No, but I'm saying it. The same people that want to do these things just to implicate Kofa and make sure they get him out of the legislature and make sure they even get his and make his seat vacant. The government know what they are doing, bro. They know exactly what they are doing. They are only pretending. The government know exactly what they are doing. They are doing.
Okay. Thank you. Let's talk to another person. Yeah, this is 87.9. Hello.
Good evening.
You're live on Freedom Radio. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Deborah from Jakarta Rehab.
Go ahead, AB.
Jakarta Rehab.
Go ahead, AB.
Yeah, I very want to find a action case. There are a lot of people representing or having session in the country, and some of them having the key because before they go out, they can like the place. Why do people take a key from? Why do people take a key from the copy before they say they don't go fire them? Who are having the key out there?
Well, we're going to leave that. The case is already in court.
Yeah, they gotta check it out. Yeah. Then how can they play God Brian, but they find the keys in a place somewhere else?
Yeah, how they go find the key? Now they open the place, they want to go fire. Who are having the key down there? What is that person from there?
Bro, I tell you.
The power to kill them, one time. Yeah, somebody want to play the play, kill and get bread. I don't know if they want to play. Yeah, somebody going to play the play out there.
Oh, okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I mean, the case is in court. We're not lawyers, but I guess at the end of the day, you know, we'll know exactly what happened.
Hello?
Hello, you're live on the radio.
Hello?
Oh my God, I don't know what's going on. So we have another person here on this line. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
You're live on Freedom Radio.
Yes, I'm James Staba, and I'm calling from Mount Barclay.
Go ahead, James.
Yeah, you are talking about the petroleum price. It is true because even in Mount Barclay, I'm seeing the petrol, the gallon here to the big gas station is $4.30.
In La Bruna, how much?
Yeah, then only to the local gas seller here is $730.
Okay.
So I think some increase in price.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know that government in itself, so that government can hear it that if they have short money, so they can be able to correct their own mistakes there.
Oh, okay.
And then concerning the case, you know, I like the step that not only the government but the justice system is taking. You know, my brother, this thing or my sister, this thing is not about party business. It's not about our country. I remember sometime 2001 when September 11. When the World Trade Center along with it caught on fire when an accident occurred, the American people, they didn't go locate. However, it took so long, but at the end they tracked the mid-war, and they were in the mid-war was there which was Bin Laden. So that we have to set that precedent that we should start from now to seek for justice.
That's why the case is already in court.
When our executive mansion and will be having people start winning churches around because they are best.
That's why the case is already in court. So whatever that will happen, and the final ruling will be, you know, given at the end of the day.
The final ruling will be Friday.
Those that they send there, I pray those people by their statement they will be the example. But at the end, we'll be looking up to the government to say if we get and bring forward the people that went out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling.
Okay.
Another person is here. Hello.
Hello?
You're live on Freedom Radio.
Yeah, I'm calling from West Point.
Go ahead.
No. This is not it. This is not it. We're not discussing, you know, whatever technical, you know, issues about Radio Entertainment Liberia Freedom Cash giveaway. Call us and talk about what exactly we talked about. And there will be, I guess, another day to talk about, whatever issues you're having playing the Freedom Cash giveaway. We will be out of here in the next few minutes. I have to run. Yeah, we have some minutes to be here, but we have to run. We're still taking calls, and we're going to take maybe 10 or 5 calls.
Let's take 5.
5 calls, and after that I will be out of here. I gotta run. Oliver, if you're listening, I wish I wish you all the best, and I hope you're feeling much better now than you were yesterday. Speedy recovery. This is no time to be under the weather. Get well soon, boss. We're missing you today on the show.
Seriously.
Baby, wanna know how to make me laugh. So
no, but I think I tried, right? Because I call them Liberia Council of Hustlers.
No,
I want
you
to
say
make you
that.
laugh. Then the other person said Liberia Council of
No,
Cashes.
No, I don't know. I don't know what they're saying. I mean,
Oh my God.
we have another caller.
Only because they are not part of the governing process.
I mean,
of the day
it is
by then. So they were saying a whole lot of things about the government.
And then when we say where are the people who were really loud yesterday, some people who don't understand and be there, oh, you're doing no. It is not it. If you are saying you want to be an activist, if you want to be an advocate, if you want to be someone who will speak, against the odds, whether it was George Weah, whether it was Ellen Johnson, and now Joseph Boakai, go for it. Go for it. So do not have one moment and then you are like, no, we have to manage what we're saying now. No, then you're not doing well for yourself. You're not doing well for the Liberian people, because based on your record as a person who speaks up, as a person who speaks against the different struggles and different issues Liberians are faced with, that's how you gain the confidence. That's how you gain the trust of Liberians. And when Liberians look up to you, they expect a lot from you. So you owe that to them. You have a responsibility. But when the moment comes and you're like, no, you're not talking, people will be concerned. People will ask questions. So that's one of the reasons you have people asking a lot of questions. But I mean, you're not going to say anything because, I mean, you know who you support, you know where you are. So you're not going to say anything because I think you're in bed with the rescue government, because some of the people who were really speaking up yesterday, they're, board members, they're, assistant ministers, and some of them are just here in the different corners getting the, few cents or $100, $1,000 and all that. So you do not expect they will speak, but we'll continue to call you out. Whether you like it or not, you will be called out. And if you think you don't want to be called out, just tell us, hey, I am no longer a member of this organization. I'm no longer a member of that organization. I have resigned. We will forget about you. That means you don't owe us anything. You are done. But you cannot say you're a member of an organization that has always kept the government's feet to the fire, and you are still a member, you are still running that organization, you are still actively involved. When it is a moment to talk, when it is a moment to speak for the Liberian people, you're unable to do so because your hands are tied, because you're getting, your little few cents and few dollars. We'll call you out. If you don't like it, change your ways. If you don't like it, change your ways. If you don't like it, just forget about, whatever organization you're in, resign. Leave the organization. You have other people who are willing. You have other people who always want to talk about some of the things that are happening. And it will interest you to know there are Liberians in Liberia and out of Liberia who do not care for any political party. They're not seditious. They're not members of Unity Party, Liberty Party, ANC. They do not care. NPP, no. They're just Liberians. And when you have a new government, and whenever they think the government is not working in the interest of Liberians, they will speak. You have Liberians. Some of them are here in Liberia. Some of them are out of Liberia. They don't care for any political party. Some of them do not even vote at all. At all. So we have to be serious now. We have to be serious. You cannot say you're a moral voice today and tomorrow you are not. You cannot say you are, one of the people who will continue to speak for Liberians, and then when there's a moment to speak, you're unable to speak because your hands are tied. We don't want that. Yesterday, when you guys were here writing the press releases, having press conferences, it is, and yes, the thing. We're not saying it is wrong. We used the reason why your president on the same platform here when we had George Weah as president. We're not saying it is a wrong thing. You always need people to keep the government's feet to the fire, regardless. You always need people. You always need people to do that. 100%. 100% you need people to do that. So we're not saying what you did yesterday was wrong or what. No. Even though there were moments that some of the things you were talking about, I mean, you shouldn't have, because you're trying to ban certain things. But some of the things you spoke about, of course, they were genuine. And we talked about some of those things before. So it is not a wrong thing to poke the government's feet to the fire. It becomes a problem when you're being hypocritical. It becomes a problem when you're contradicting yourselves, when you're contradicting what you stand for. It becomes a problem now. And now it has become a problem. So we'll talk about it. Any day, anytime, we'll talk about it. We will talk about it. Liberians are going through a lot in this country right now. A lot. And you wouldn't know that until you have a conversation with someone out there. Go outside. Go in your community and just have a conversation with somebody. You will listen and you will know what we're talking about. You will know exactly what we're talking about. If you know the council of churches or some of the religious leaders we have, we're not saying all of you, for the record. We're not saying all of you out there who are religious leaders in your church. You know, we're not saying that in your mosques. No, we're not saying that. There are some of you who stand for what you stand for, regardless. But this is a spotlight being placed on the Council of Churches, the Liberia Council of Churches. That's exactly what we are talking about. So Liberians are here. Liberians will always be here. No matter how many years are going to go by, you will still have Liberians here.
The country will not burn.
It will never burn.
Never.
Even if you bring boss and the boss pass you Nima and go back to where it come from, the country will not burn. Never ever. Liberia will always be here. Liberians will always be here. And the power will always be inherent in the people. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing anybody can do about it. But the right things should be done, especially if that's what you promised. Especially if that's exactly what you promised. If you are rescuing people, it should be reflected practically. And that's what we want. Mr. President, we will continue to remind you of your promises to Liberians. We will do so diligently. And the people, the Council of Churches or whatever group that we had here, will also remind you of your core values. You can say we're here to speak for the people of Liberia. We're here to do this. We'll remind you as well. And if you think we're causing noise in your ears, change your ways. If you think we're causing noise in your ears, if you can no longer, take what we're saying, if you can no longer take our recommendation to have you act in accordance, then resign. You're not forced to be in some kind of organization. You're not going to be there at all. That's why you have people leaving from this organization to another. You don't have to be there. You have the right to associate with an organization if you want. If you don't want to be there, you move from there. Simple. Okay? So that's exactly what we'll continue to do. And we have like few minutes to go. I'll be out of here in 2 minutes. Baby boy will soon be going.
Yeah, we gotta go. Time is fast spent, but let's read some of the comments coming through from our live field. Emmanuel Broad is monitoring us from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the USA. He says, "Good afternoon, Freedom FM." And T Max, is that Zuckerberg? Yeah, T Max Zuckerberg Wule. Good
They
afternoon.
make a plenty meaning together.
Yeah, the so-called minister not ready yet. Go ask your police IG who said he has social media as evidence. Okay, and you have this one here, Nathan Page. Hello, Freedom FM. I'm watching from Kakata. And you have Lasana Fode. You can't see them again because President Weah is not in power anymore. I think at the
I
time
think
we were
it's
talking about
with the
the
Liberia
Liberian
Council of Churches.
Council of
Yeah.
Hustlers.
Okay.
Okay. So we have this one here, those so-called activists, Council of Churches and human rights activists we have in this country. But we are waiting for them 2029. Okay. Good afternoon, Alexa. I'm following from ELWA Pinsville, Liberia Council of Hustle. There's Ansu D. Sano. And okay. Juje Wonware, I'm following. There are a lot of comments here. We can't read all of the comments, but we appreciate all of you for following us, and we appreciate you for listening. To those of you in Radio Land monitoring 87.9, we appreciate you as well.
And just before we leave you, I would like to send this message out. If you are a parent of a child who is an 11-year-old, 12, 13, 14, and 15, please be aware that Orange Liberia has the Good Connection Day, and that is slated for the 14th date of June 2024. This is 2025.
Yeah,
right? 2025. And it will be at the Invincible Sports Park around Fish Market. So all you need to do, have your child who is an 11-year-old, by the way.
Between 11 to 15.
Right? Between 11 and 15.
Don't carry 18-year-old child.
If you are 16, do not go there. If you're 18, do not go there, because that day is set aside to teach children as well as parents how to control your child's connection on the internet, because you have people on the internet who will leave the internet to harm your kids. So they will be teaching you a lot. All you have to do, just go there. It is free of charge, 10 a.m. in the morning up to evening hours, I think. So just go there on the 14th of June 2025 at the Invincible Sports Park. That's going to be a good day. It is called the Good Connection Day, and that is proudly organized and sponsored by Orange Liberia. You're not paying any money to anybody. You're going to eat. You're going to have a good time. It is a day to connect, reconnect, learn, unlearn, and relearn. So on that note, I'd like to say thank you so much for joining us on today's edition of Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM.
Tell me why the people vote you for. You treating the people.
We're going to be here next week. Today is Thursday, so we wouldn't be here tomorrow. We'll be here on Monday with another great edition of Freedom Hub on 87.9 FM.
And you say you came the
By the special grace of God, Oliver will be here. KOK will be here. He will be well.
You say you are going,
and we will do that show together.
but we not seeing changes. Promises you made, you and your rescue team. Stay, we not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downside.
Baby boy, before we go, what thing you want to tell the people now?
Yeah, I just appreciated them for following our program, Freedom Hub 87.9, and Saturday on the entertainment show The Grill, we're going to be having a Ghanaian artist in studios. So keep listening to Freedom FM 87.9. We got the best in stock for you.
Thank you so much for following. We'll be back here. Have yourselves a pleasant time.
Ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. I saw some yama, 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 hey.